So my name is Stathis Alexopoulos, very Greek name. I'm from Greece, born and raised in Athens. So I'm going to start with university. So I actually studied management, like general management in the University of Athens. And during university, I was really into languages and traveling. So I started learning Spanish, French, and during the summer season, I did quite a few volunteer programs around the world. For example, I was an English teacher in China for 2 months. Then I was in Kenya for another 2 months, in Egypt. And it was at that time that I understood I really liked traveling, meeting people, and learning languages. So I asked myself, what's the best industry for me? And the answer was tourism. Simple as that, more or less. Then I joined the army because, here in Greece it's mandatory for 9 months. And I did my services in the Hellenic forces in Cyprus. And my first working experience was in Disneyland in Paris, where I actually was a receptionist in one of the Disney hotels, which was a very, very nice experience. And I think one of the best ways to get myself into this lovely industry. Then after a year, I decided to do my master's. So I studied a master in hospitality and tourism management in the ESCP. It's École Supérieure de Commerce de Paris. It's a business school. I was in the Madrid campus for 6 months. And then we did a very nice and interesting project in Bolivia, where we had to see what the specific village of Bolivia had to offer in the tourism industry, and how we can ameliorate that in order to increase arrivals and so on. Of course, it was a very big project. We just joined for 2 months. It was very interesting. Then I did a hospitality management program in Cornell in New York. Back to Greece for my internship, which was also part of the master. So I started in Athens in a group of hotels. For 3 years I was there, then 3 years in Mykonos, or one also of the most famous destinations here in Greece. And now, 1 year ago, I started in lovely Santorini, also very unique. So very briefly, this was like my path, and I'm happy I chose it because, in Greece, tourism industry is going very well and it's very strong. It's actually one of our strongest industries. And apart from that, I'm also happy because it's something that I love. I love traveling. I love connecting with people, meeting new people. I love speaking languages and interacting and, promoting and the hotels and, of course, our country worldwide. So, yeah, that's quite it, briefly. So I speak Greek, English, French, and Spanish. So now, 1 year from now, I joined Secret Hotels in Santorini, which is one of the most unique and iconic islands of Greece. If you know, there many, many thousands of years ago, there was a big volcanic eruption. That's why now the famous caldera is so steep and the villages are built on the edge of the cliff, which makes it so unique as there's nothing similar to that in Greece. So this is a very unique and famous island, and the properties are 4 lovely properties in and around Ia or Oia, as usually people call, which is the most chic and upscale village of Santorini. Very briefly, the properties are very boutique. All of them will have either a private hot tub or a private pool, overlooking the caldera. So ideal for everyone, actually, for honeymooners, for empty nesters. We even have a property just a bit further outside of the village, which is ideal for families with children as well, more of a resort style. So the good thing is that we have a variety in our portfolio and we cater for everyone. So I'm very happy for that. So yeah, as I said, 4 properties in total. So I will wake up, of course, in my suite, and I'm going to have my breakfast a la carte in the terrace overlooking the caldera in one of our hotels. So the best way to start the day. Then, I'm going to walk around Ia to see a bit the village, wandering through the cobblestone streets, maybe do some shopping. And then I'm going to head for a winery. Santorini wine is very famous because it has a very unique taste due to the volcanic soil of the island. So it's a must. So I would definitely visit a winery. And then Santorini, we have 3 villages that are protected and they're very, very beautiful and picturesque. So I would definitely choose one of them to stroll around as well and have a lovely lunch. Greek food is, I'm sure it's very delicious. And then in the afternoon, I'm gonna go for a sunset cruise. I'm gonna take the catamaran and go around the volcano, visit the beaches, the famous red beach, white beach, black beach, maybe jump into the hot springs. And this is gonna be during sunset time, which is the best time for a lovely cruise. And then I'm gonna go back to Ia, have a lovely dinner, and I'm gonna end the night with a glass of wine in my hot tub. Yeah, look, so we do have reds and whites, both. Now I'm not very into specific details because we have many varieties as well. Depending on the mix and match, it can taste depending on which wine you like. Of course, this is something you can request during the winery visit. But the thing is, yeah, it has the unique taste with the volcanic soil, and it's also very unique is the way that the vineyards are placed, are formed. So they actually form a basket. So imagine like it's a basket, and this is why they have to go really deep into the ground based on the soil we have on the island to find water and the nutrients. So they form a very specific form, the basket form. So yeah, this is what I can say. But when it comes to the taste, I'm not maybe the best one to give details about that. So in Santorini, thankfully, we have many activities for families as well. So for example, we have a very interesting museum called Atlantis, where you can join and see a replica, like, when there was the big volcanic eruption. So you can go, you put your 3D glasses and you see what happened. So you travel back in time. So it's very informative, very, very interesting, and children love it. There's also a very interesting archaeological place, maybe not ideal for small children, but teenagers would find it very, I think, interesting, especially when you have a guided tour and you get all the information of what you see. And Greece is famous for the history and mythology as well. So I'm sure that would be very interesting. The catamaran cruise is ideal for families. They can swim into the water, enjoy a barbecue on board. Also beaches, they can enjoy the beaches. Santorini is not famous for the beaches, but we do have lovely beaches. Wandering through the various villages as well, dining, eating. So I think there are quite a few activities for everyone. I mean, Santorini is a big island. I mean, what I like doing also is renting a car, for example, and going around and discovering new places. So thank God it's for everyone. It's not only, for honeymooners or couples. No. So in Santorini, there are approximately 15,000 permanent residents. However, during summer and actually during the season, which is from April to October, like our properties open on the 1st of April and close on the 31st of October, the 15,000 from the permanent residents go up to 2 million, including all the visitors and, of course, all the staff that go to the island to work for the season. So peak season in Santorini, I would say, if we have to choose, like, say, 2 months or 3 months, it's June, July, late August, early September. And August as well, but our high-end travelers usually, the last years, try to avoid August because they know it's very crowded and very hot. So this has changed a bit the norm of August being the most packed month. So I would say June, July, September, but for me, end of May, or mid-September, when the schools are over, is a great time to visit the island. If I have to choose the best for me, I would say mid to end September, because you still have the crowds, but it's not overcrowded at all. The weather is still lovely. And the small secret is that the sea, because of course you're going to visit the other islands as well, the sea is warmer after all the summer. So for me, September is a great month. So Santorini, one of the most famous Greek islands, only 30 minutes flight from Athens. And some of the famous activities you can do on the island is wandering through the cobblestone streets of the various villages, whitewashed buildings with blue terraces, can get more Greek, taking a lovely volcano cruise around the famous volcano, and of course visiting the wineries and tasting the local wine. And it's actually from a small winery that our story started. So back in 1890, the family that owns the properties had a small winery on the island and they produced local wine. Then 100 years later, they converted the winery into residential houses. just for them and their friends. And it was at that time that the idea of the hotel was born. And here we are today with 4 properties in and around Ia or Oia, as you might know, which is the most chic and upscale village of the island where all the fancy boutiques and restaurants are located. And it's right here up north. And here we can see it from above. It's a lovely, lovely picture. I love it. It's actually, there's nothing similar to that in Greece. It's very unique, and this is due to the volcanic eruption that happened thousands of years ago. That's why it's so steep, and the village is built right on the edge of the cliff. So we're going to start with the first property, Santorini Secret Suites and Spa, right in the center of Ia, member of a variety of consortium affiliations such as SLH, Select, Forbes Travel Guide, and so on. And this is an overview so you can have an idea of the property. Blackrock is our main restaurant, Greek modern cuisine. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But my favorite time is sunset time. Being there during this time with the lovely yachts going around with the lights on, the scenery and vibe they create is amazing. And of course, the food. I mean, I'm sure Greek food is loved by everyone. Here you can double it. It's simply delicious. This is our main pool where you can grab a snack and cocktail by the pool bar and enjoy the magnificent views. A variety of treatments can take place in the spa. And of course, as you saw, it's the architecture of the village. And as the hotel is built right on the edge of the cliff, we have many, many steps. However, for those who want to exercise even more, we have a fully equipped gym as well. And 17 suites in total, very spacious. So living category will start from 35 square meters. And as we go up on categories, we go up on square meters as well. Very nice Greek modern style in the interiors. And we play a lot with the arches and the curves. And this is due to the fact that the hotel is built within the rock and we have embraced that. And now each suite will come with either a private heated pool or a hot tub. So you can see the pools are of a very, very good size, enjoying magnificent views. And here are some further pictures, another pool and a hot tub. And part of the hotel is also a 2-bedroom villa. More classic style in the interiors. Each bedroom has its own hot tub and there is a common pool to share for the 2 bedrooms. And this one actually is ideal for families as well. So now, top right corner, you'll see the main pedestrian street of Ia. This is right on the edge of the street. This is where all the hotels in Ia are located, apart from the 4th one, which we're going to mention further. Now, we just crossed the street and we arrive in the second property, Santorini Secret Premium. Things are very simple here. We have this lovely common pool that overlooks the caldera, which is shared by the 5 suites of the hotel. So it's a small boutique property ideal for a buyout, for a group of friends, or a big family. More modern style in the interiors, and each suite comes with its own hot tub. As I told you, my favorite day in Santorini, this is where I'm going to start it, having my breakfast in the terrace a la carte with these views. And I'm going to end it with a glass of wine and maybe good company in the hot tub. And of course, if guests want, they can just cross the street and join the main property for the restaurant, the gym, the spa, and so on. Third property, Secret Legend Suites. Same concept as the one we just saw. 7 suites in total. Beautiful style in the interiors. I really like the curves here in the arches. And again, each suite comes with its own hot tub. And finally, the 4th property, Secret View Hotel. It's located a 15 minutes walk from the center of Ia. And I'm actually very happy we have this property in our group because in a way it complements the rest. It's a resort style, so very spread out. You have this great sense of space, lots of greenery. And we also have direct sunset and sea views. And the small tip is that from all the hotels in the caldera, you can of course enjoy the magnificent sunset colors, but not direct sunset views. From Secret View Hotel, because located a bit further, as we said, you have direct sunset views. We have a lovely restaurant with Greek modern cuisine here as well, the pool bar. This is the main pool of the hotel, lovely to relax, spa and gym, and 39 rooms here. So we start with more simple categories, but as we go up, we have a variety of categories such as suites with shared pool access, suites with a private hot tub or private pool. So these are the 4 properties briefly. We of course organize a variety of experiences throughout the properties such as wine tasting, a cooking class or a private dinner. The experience we're mostly known for is our secret picnic. It's actually in a secret location. It's not on property. It's in a remote location. We actually blindfold the guests and take them there. No, I'm just kidding. We don't do that. It could be awesome, actually. There's a small church around, nothing else. So we have this unique setting with a 10-course picnic menu from our award-winning restaurant with butler service, wine, champagne during sunset time with your loved one. So this is one of the amazing experience, and even guests staying in other hotels, not in our hotels, come to us and request it because we are the only ones in the island that organize it. So yeah, these are the properties, and what I would like also to say at the end is, because you did see the properties, but what you haven't seen, and I invite you to come over to experience it, is the people. Because for me, and personally as Stathis and professionally, I really believe that it's us, the people, that give life to a product. And the good thing is that we nail that, because the whole team knows their job very well, and they're truly there to create memories, experiences, and emotions. Okay, so I'm going to answer this honestly. Although I am into the high-end luxury industry, when I travel, I really like to go local. So, first of all, I always organize my travels. I, of course, really value having a travel agent, of course. But personally, when I travel, I really like to get into it. I really like to search about it, to read about it. Traveling is not only the moment you travel, is the anticipation, and then it's the memory you have. So it's all three stages. So I really want to feel them all. So I always organize my own travels, and I'm a fan of wildlife. So this is my number one thing. So I've been, for example, to the Amazon and watched jaguars. I've been to Borneo and in search of clouded leopards. So this is my number one thing when it comes to traveling. I really like wildlife. But as I said before, going local, like integrating in the communities, eating street food is the best for me. Meeting people, talking, and just being adventurous. Just take the train, take the bus, close the map, close your phone, discover, enjoy, risk it. Yeah, I would say this is how I like to travel. Travel tips. So first of all, when it comes to organizing, really, I mean, you have to search about it. You have to search in order to know what you would like to do, have a general idea, and make sure you will not miss something you really like to see. For me, a few months in advance is always good, especially for air tickets. There's always a window, and you never know how airlines do the pricing. But I would say a few months in advance, like 3 to 4 months, is a good time to book your tickets. So this is what to do in advance. And then while you're in the destination, a tip is always to buy a local SIM card. Another tip is to try to learn a few words of the language they speak in the country you will visit, just a few sentences. How locals will see that will really change the whole perspective. They immediately respect you. They really like it. So this is another thing quite important for me. I mean, okay, I speak Spanish, but for example, when I spoke Spanish in Mexico, people were coming and saying, "Oh, you speak Spanish? Okay, come, my friend, half price for you." It's a really nice way to connect and feel you are in the country. Another tip is when you book your accommodation, try to find accommodations that really integrate with the environment, so you can feel you are in the country you're visiting. Travel light, for sure. You don't want to have many luggages and so on. And then, just prioritize what you would like to see, make the most out of it, have a good travel pillow also, get some sleep on the plane, arrive there, relaxed and ready to go. For me, I always try to experience everything that the country has to offer, and the touristic things and the non-touristic. For example, you're in Athens, let's say, for example. Of course, you're going to go to the Acropolis, and of course, you're going to visit the Acropolis Museum, and you're going to stroll around Plaka, which is the most famous neighborhood with all the lovely restaurants and so on. So this could be one day, but another day, you can just search and discover another neighborhood where locals go, and just get lost and discover this neighborhood and find another restaurant and try something different. So this is just a small approach that, of course, you can, broaden it no matter where you visit.